So this video will be going over how to graph pressure and temperature data from using Google Sheets. So this is from the demonstration where we use the pressure ball and the gauge and then the temperature, and this was dipped into different temperature baths. And then we came up with the following data. So this is old data here that I have. So don't use this data, in yours. Use the one from class that we actually did. So what I did was I transferred these numbers into two columns, temperature here, and then the pressure is right here. I plugged that in here. This column is just the converted temperatures. So these are the same. This is in Kelvin, this is in Celsius. All right, so now to get the graph, I'm going to highlight these two columns. And I found that it's nice if you label these. It'll automatically label the axes for you on your chart. So once you highlight the data, so left click and then drag over all the data, and we're going to go insert, and then this option here says chart. So I'm going to choose that. And here's the chart. So it, for some reason, defaulted with this bar graph. I don't want that. So I want this one here, which is a scatter plot. Okay, and so chart types, these are a bunch of other different types of charts that you could do. This is the one we want though, this one right here. So I'm going to go over here to customization. So there's a few things we're trying to figure out. We eventually want to know the trend line that connects these points. So pressure and temperature is a linear relationship based on Hamilton's law. So there should be a line that goes through here. And we want to figure out where that line actually intersects the x-axis. So that would give us the temperature when pressure is theoretically zero, which is in theory impossible to have a pressure of zero. So we should get our, if it were, that would be absolute zero. So we're going to get our experimentally determined absolute zero. So I'm going to go here to customization to change a few things on our graph. So here you can give it a title other than what it kind of like default auto did that. So you could give it a different title if you want. You could change the legend. That would be this right here. So what I want to do is I want to make the axes. So this box right here lets me control the axes. So it says horizontal, which is the x-axis. I want to extend this out more over here. So I'm going to go min, and I'm going to put negative 100 to make this go back further. Okay, and so this went back 100 extra points right here. And then what I want to do is, and you could change this to the vertical or y-axis. So this lets me change the color and all that for pressure. Doesn't really matter. Trend line. So I want to connect these dots with a straight line. So trend line, it defaults as none. So click that drop down and click linear, and then there's my line right there. So if you look as I hover, it gives me the equation of the line. So I can display that on here by just go down, and it says label. So put use equation. So once I select that, now I have the equation of that line is right here. Okay, and I could set this equation equal to 0 and then solve for x. So that will tell me what this is right here, what temperature it is when the pressure is 0. Okay, so I need to label the axes a little bit different. So horizontal, I want to put parentheses C, and then for the vertical axis, I want to put parentheses PSI because it was in pounds per square inch. Okay, and then click insert, and I'm basically done here. So again, to get my absolute zero, that's what the end thing we're supposed to do. Set this equal to 0 and then solve for x, and then I'll have the value for when it crosses the x-axis. And that, in theory, is our absolute zero.